Hello students, myself Sachin Ugle and we are discussing a chapter of electrochemistry. Okay, in that today we are going to discuss about the uses of dry cells. So uses of dry cells are generally dry cell is used as a source of power in flashlight, portable radios, tape recorders, clock and so forth. These are the main uses of the dry cell. Now next to that is lead storage battery or the lead accumulator. So in the lead accumulator as shown in the diagram 5.9 from your book. So this is the diagram. The outermost is a vessel. Outermost is a vessel of glass that contains vertical plates. That rods that look like a rod, but that are the actually plates. We are observing that from one side. That's why it look like a electrode. Now why they are using the plates? They want to increase the surface area. That's why of the electrode material. That's why they are using the plates. So its surface area increases and it works more efficiently. So that is the arrangement. That is at the left hand side. Anode is there. That is a negative. Again that plates are connected or the electrode are connected in the series. We can observe in that diagram. There is a one dark black is there and it is a white electrode is there. So alternatively they are arranged white, black, white, black, white and again black. And they see their connections, they are connected in series. Similarly for the cathode also they are connected in series. Now anode left hand side's one, they are written at the top. Anode is negative and that are PB plates. See in the diagram that are PB plates, while that of black colored or black shaded are PbO2 plates. Okay, the PB plates with the PbO2. So that means PbO2 is there on the plate. Then that cell or the vessel contains 38% H2SO4. Okay, this is the arrangement. Alternatively plates are arranged, they are connected in series for the anode as well as for the cathode also. Anode is a PB plates while that of cathode is PbO2 plates. So as they are given the name lead storage battery, they are using a word storage. Keep in mind it is very important because it is a just storage of electricity. What is happening in that actually? While discharging it gives the electric current and again we can recharge this cell. We can recharge this cell by applying external electric current to this cell. That means it acts as a storage. That means whatever in the discharging reactions take place, the reverse reaction takes place while recharging. It is very important one. So there is a charging as well as a discharging. Nowadays we know that in our mobiles also we are when the mobile's battery get discharged, again it's recharged, but that mobile's battery is a different one and this is one different. Again generally it is used in our cars, automobiles. Okay, it is used. So when we use our car or automobiles, any vehicle is there, then recharging of that battery takes place. So there is a charging and discharging of the cell takes place. So that's why it is called as a storage, lead storage cell or the lead storage battery. So that's why it is no use a specific word, that is a storage. It is just storage of electricity and we can use whenever we want. One of the it's similar, I am not saying the same, it is a similar example is our uh, power bank. That is also storage of electricity, but the working is different. But that power banks we are using to recharge our mobile, that is working is different, cell reactions are different, then their chemicals are different, but it is just similar to that we are using a storage of electricity. So this is one the different other one, but the overall theme is same, that is a storage of electricity. So lead storage battery. So how it is notified? So notation of the cell, how it is notified, let's see. PB in bracket small s means solid, that it indicates the state of material. So PB single vertical line, that means PB acts as a electrode. Then single vertical line means Pb is in the vicinity of PbSO4, that is again solid. The single vertical line, 38% of H2SO4, aqueous H2SO4 used 38%. Then again single vertical line PbSO4 solid, single vertical line PbO2, again Pb, again Pb. So single vertical line. So this is the representation of the cell, or the one line gives us a lot of information regarding to cell. So this is the notation of the cell, or the representation of the cell. In the next slide, cell reactions during discharging. Just now I told you there is a charging and discharging. While we use the cell for any purpose, that means discharging of that cells takes place. So what is happening actually in the discharging, we will see oxidation at anode, that is a negative electrode is there. When the cell provides current, spongy lead oxidized to Pb2 plus ions, and negative charge accumulates at lead plates. Okay, so see in the plates anode, what is happening, that forms Pb2 plus ions, and the negative charge accumulates on the lead plates. Negative charge means electrons. Okay, those the Pb2 plus ions so form combine with SO4 2 minus. Okay, that means from sulfuric acid H2SO4, that is from H2SO4. When H2SO4, that is 38% H2SO4 get ionized, that will form twice of H plus plus SO4 minus minus. From that SO4, lead is combined with SO4 to minus, SO4 minus, and it forms PbSO4, and the negative charge is left on the anode. The negative charge, that is electrons, left on the anode. In this way the oxidation at anode takes place. See in the reaction, Pb gives Pb2 plus plus 2 electrons. This is the oxidation. Then after that Pb2 plus in the first reactions ions that combines with SO4 2 minus of that from H2SO4. So Pb2 plus plus SO4 2 minus, that gives PbSO4, that is a precipitation PbSO4. We can write the net cell reaction for oxidation. This is the net cell reaction for the oxidation is Pb plus SO4 2 minus, that gives PbSO4 plus 2 electrons. Now this is the overall oxidation reaction. Keep in mind, it is not the net cell reaction, it is a overall oxidation reaction. That means that 2 electrons are left on the electrode, that is the anode one, and PbSO4 is solidified or precipitate in the cell vessel. It is very important. Now see in the reduction at cathode, that is a positive electrode. So the electron produced at anode, जो एनोड पे इलेक्ट्रॉन रहेगा उसका क्या होगा, दैट ट्रैवल थ्रू द एक्सटर्नल सर्किट, दैट ट्रैवल्स थ्रू द एक्सटर्नल सर्किट एंड री एंटर द सेल एट कैथोड. यानी कि जो एक्सटर्नल सर्किट है, सी इन द डायग्राम, दैट फ्रॉम एक्सटर्नल सर्किट जो एनोड पे इलेक्ट्रॉन है, दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्रॉम द एनोड that goes through the external circuits and again enters through the cathode, through the external circuit, and re-enter in the cathode. At cathode, PbO2 is reduced to Pb2 plus ions. So in the presence of H plus ions, subsequently Pb2 plus ions so form combine with SO4 2 minus ions from H2SO4 to form a insoluble PbSO4. That means again here is also the product, final product is also PbSO4. Now see in the reactions, PbO2 plus 4H plus, that H plus from sulfuric acid, that H plus from sulfuric acid, plus 2 electrons, that 2 electrons is from anode through external circuit. So PbO2 plus 4 of H plus 2 electrons, that will form Pb2 plus plus twice of H2O. So that Pb2 plus, again there is a little bit printing mistake is there in the second reaction of reduction, that is they are written only Pb, so there should be Pb2 plus, that is the product of first reaction, Pb2 plus plus SO4 2 minus. So that will form PbSO4. Again, here is also the precipitation of PbSO4 takes place. So the net reduction reaction is PbO2 plus 4H plus SO4 2 minus plus 2 electrons, that gives PbSO4 plus twice of H2. Yeah, that means in the reduction of at cathode, there is again the final product is PbSO4 as well as water is there, as well as water as a product. So this is the reduction reaction. In the oxidation also there is a formation of PbSO4. In a reduction also there is a formation of PbSO4 plus H2. Okay, so in the next one, net cell reaction during discharging. So Pb plus PbO2 plus 4H plus twice of SO4 2 minus, that gives twice of PbSO4 plus twice of H2, or Pb plus PbO2 plus twice of HSO4, that gives twice of PbSO4 plus twice of H2. So when we combine the first and third equation, that is this one, first and second equation, we get the net cell reaction. What they are saying, as the cell operates to generate current, H2SO4 is consumed. यानी इस सेल में क्या होने वाला है, H2SO4 जो है that will get consumed. Its concentration, or we can say density, that is a 38%, its density decreases and the cell potential is decreased. The cell potential thus depends on the sulfuric acid's concentration, or in bracket density. So cell potential is depends on the density of sulfuric acid. As we uses the cell or operates the cell, its density goes on increasing because H2SO4 is get consumed. Okay, so next to that, and I think its density is 1.2. Sulfuric acid's density is 1.2. So next to that is applications of lead accumulator. It is used as a source of direct current in the laboratory. So we can use it in laboratory as a direct current for to run some experiments in physics labs as well as in chemistry labs or in any labs. But we are using this cell as a cell in the laboratory purposes. Then the second one, a 12-volt lead storage battery constructed by connecting 6 2-volt cells in series is used in automobiles and inverters. So it is used for the automobiles and inverters. Then next to that is a hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. This is a very latest technique, we can say. It is used in generally in airships or the just spaceships. It is used for the current, as well as its side product is also water. So we use that water for the drinking purposes also for hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. So we will see in the details. In H2O2, that is a hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, the fuel is hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is used as a fuel. Then oxygen gas is an oxidizing agent. The energy of the consumption of hydrogen is converted into electrical energy. Now in the lead storage battery, H2SO4 is consumed. Here hydrogen, combustion of hydrogen is converted into electricity. That means indirectly we can say that hydrogen is consumed. So the construction, see in the diagram, it is from your book, that is a figure 5.10 H2O2 fuel cell. So see from left to right, H2 inlet, they are shown arrow, that means hydrogen gas is passed through that hole, that is H2. Then anode is there in the vicinity of that, that is anode is there, negative is there, they are shown, a white line is there that acts as a anode. Then at the center or at the right of that is aqueous KOH, that is shown again by arrow, aqueous KOH. Again there is a one white line is there, that is a cathode electrode, that is a +1. And from the right hand side there is again inlet is there, that is O2, that is for oxygen, that is oxygen's inlet. So I'll repeat once again, There is a, from left hand side there is a small hole or inlet is there, that is from that hydrogen gas is allowed to go inside. Then in the vicinity of that, that is a anode. Then in the vicinity of that is a aqueous KOH. Again there is a electrode, that is a cathode, plus electrode is there. Then at that right hand to that is inlet for the oxygen. And at the top in the diagram they are saying H2O is given out. The arrow is upward arrow is there, that means H2O is given out. That means the side product or the product of this cell, when we use this cell, its product is H2O, that is used for the, we can use for that for the drinking purposes. That means it is a benefit is that when we get the electricity, we get the electricity as well as water, pure water. So it is very beneficial. So we'll see its cell reactions. Oxidation at anode. So at anode, hydrogen gas is oxidized to H2. So its reaction is twice of H2 plus 4 OH minus, that gives 4 H2O plus 4 electron. So this is the oxidation at anode. Reduction at cathode, the electrons released at anode. See, electrons are given out at anode, that is 4 electrons are there. So the electrons released at anode travel through the external circuit to cathode. Here O2 is reduced to OH minus. So O2 is in the reaction, O2 plus twice of H2O plus 4 electrons are there, that gives 4 OH minus. So the net cell reaction we can write. See the net cell reaction. The overall cell reaction is the sum of electrode reactions first and second, as we know, twice of H2 plus O2, that gives twice of H2. So the cell potential is given by E of cell, E0 of cell, that is a standard cell potential, is equal to E0, that is standard electrode potential of cathode minus standard electrode potential of anode. So that is a 0.4 volt minus, again in the bracket minus 0.83 volt. So we will get its overall standard cell potential as 1.23 volt. Now the advantages of fuel cell. Just now in the beginning I told you, generally, mainly, or we can say mainly, fuel cell is used in the spaceships. That means it gives electricity as well as water for the drinking purposes, that is for astronauts. Okay, so that means वो करंट भी देता है और एस्ट्रोनॉट्स के लिए पीने के लिए हम उसका पानी भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं. So this is the main use of the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. Then drawbacks of this fuel cells. There is a main drawbacks is the just handling of hydrogen cylinder. That is the main drawback of that. Because it is very difficult to handle the hydrogen gas cylinder or to carry the hydrogen gas cylinder. If there is any leakage of the hydrogen gas, there is a lot of chances of explosion is there, because hydrogen is highly flammable. So that this is the main drawback of the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. Then applications of fuel cell, that is repeated, sorry, it's repeated by me, I'm very sorry. So these are the main points of this hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. So remaining part we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.